What's poppin'? Welcome back to the Hcast. I'm Mlord, and I'm joined by only one of my co-hosts, Pilsbury 68.
What's up, fellas?
So, where's Jacob? So what
Yeah,
happened? Well,
that's
so right now,
the
so episodes go up
elephant.
on Thursday. We try to. Now we've been pretty good with it. It is currently 10 p.m. on Wednesday night, and we recorded the episode yesterday because Jacob's out of town, or he's on a trip right now, so we couldn't do it today. So we recorded it yesterday, and it was good. It was a solid episode. We did a lot of stuff, and then
I think it was one of the best episodes so
yeah,
far.
and then
I think it was really good.
yeah, like 20, 30 minutes ago, Andrew texts because he is editing it, and he's
I was
like,
the one who was like,
yeah, he's like, after 10 minutes in, the visuals, the video just like is like a slideshow, and it's not good.
yeah, it was really bad. It like showed us the audio was fine. The audio was perfectly fine, and it just went like it just been like we're gonna put Matt's IP address right here,
Mm-hmm.
and then
It's
and then
fine,
it went to another one with me going like
and
it just stayed like that for another 20 seconds, and then it just moved every 20 seconds, like
yeah.
kind of like this.
And the problem was we did a lot of like visual gags in the episode because we were saying before this like we probably would have just said yeah, just go ahead and upload it, it's fine. But we did
Mhm.
so much with the cameras that it was like a lot of the humor of the episode just wasn't there if the video wasn't there.
Like we did a Jacob and Matt did a high five because so the way it works was Jacob was up top above me, and then Matt was up top above me, and then I was on the bottom. So Jacob and Matt could high five, but I couldn't high five them because I would have to go like this, and
Yeah.
then they would have to go like
So we were going like
we
this or whatever.
yeah, we can do what side do you need me to flip?
We're on top of each other.
We're next to each other on mine, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're
Oh, it's
we're
probably because you got full screen on, probably.
yeah. So we're doing that. So I have the H's to the side and we're on top. But yeah, so we just got him and I today, and it'll be like a different episode. We'll be able to talk.
Oh,
Oh
cage
yeah,
lock chat.
we asked
See,
like half an
I have
hour
no
ago.
preference. I I have no preference. Go for it, boys. Yeah, half an hour after we gave Jacob all the
Yeah, he
decisions,
just
he
texted
just
us. We're
said,
back
"I
in.
have
We're in
no
the other stuff.
preference."
Yeah, but it's fine.
We're already started.
So but we'll be able to talk in like the three person. So like in every episode, we try to include everyone in on the conversation. It doesn't always happen, but we try our best. But so Andrew and I now, if we have the opportunity to talk about shows that him and I have seen that Jacob hasn't. Um,
Exactly. We were trying to talk about Fire Force like a little bit last time, and Jacob didn't know what the hell was
yeah,
happening because Jacob hasn't seen Fire Force, and Matt just finished Fire Force yesterday, right?
yeah,
And he also we're going to talk a little bit about ReZero today too. He just started ReZero,
yeah.
and I really like that.
I think the shows that you and I have seen that he hasn't are Fire Force,
My
Spy
family,
Family, Kaiju,
Kaiju.
and like
I don't,
you and I have seen it. We're caught up on Haikyuu. We know what happens. He watched it years ago
yeah.
and only like half, so he doesn't know.
He started watching it again, but he's only on like season two.
Yeah, so
Oh,
he may as well not have seen it. All of like the
exactly.
interesting stuff hasn't happened. So those are some of the stuff we'll talk about. We'll probably also talk about other things too. So
Exactly.
we'll shoot the shit. So yeah, I guess we'll start with I finished Fire Force last night, like he said. And it
That
was
was pretty.
solid. I told him this. I definitely liked season one more because season two lacked a cohesive focus. It was like there wasn't an overarching goal, I feel like, in the season. And also it didn't build on a lot of stuff from season one. It did build on some stuff, like the pillars and Amaterasu, but like Show is not in the season at all.
Yeah, he appears. He's like Sheener's like, Show, come back to me, and Show
Mm.
just like, no.
I also find it weird that like, and this happened in the final episode, which was like the final episode was like a huge lore dump, basic or like information dump of an episode, which was like
I don't remember.
it basically like the captain of the fourth dies. Fire Force spoilers,
Oh
by the way.
yeah.
He dies. Shinra sees him in like the void. Him and Arthur like go through that thing where they gain like over their fire, and then it made me think
Oh,
Arthur is treated as if he is as strong as Shinra and does all the same things. Like in that training, Arthur also gets like the fire, but we never see him do it. It's just kind of
exactly.
implied.
So that's the other thing. I understand that, and I'm like Arthur. If Arthur is just as strong as Shinra, Arthur would also have to be an Adola burst because the Adola bursts are like the strongest
Yeah.
fire users and stuff. And if Arthur and Shinra are matched, if they're the like,
The
it's a
same.
tie between strength. Is Arthur just like the strongest non-Adola burst ever,
Yeah,
or is
because
he an Adola
they
burst?
treat
Because
him
that's the
like
thing.
he's so OP, basically.
Exactly.
Which, like, I wish I guess I kind of buy it. I wish we saw more of it though.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
'Cause it's
also
fun.
Arthur doesn't really do a whole lot. I
No.
guess not that he doesn't do a whole lot, but he doesn't. He doesn't like grow in strength. Besides those two training sessions with Benny, he
Yeah.
doesn't really do. He doesn't really grow in strength that much. It's always like he's either really really good because he thinks of himself as a knight, or he's either really really bad because he realizes he's
Because he's
just
not.
living a lie.
Yeah. And also, like, Company 8 is
Mhm.
just not important in the season.
Yeah,
They're
you're
not in the
not
they're not
wrong.
in like the first half is when they go to Juggernaut's home, and then the Joker part, which they're just not present. I guess Arthur, Tamaki, and Shinra, but like, um,
Yeah,
and then the second half, I guess they're
Maki's
there more.
important. Maki's pretty
Maki's
important
there,
in
and
this
then, but
season.
then like they bring her, like she leaves and then she comes back immediately.
Exactly. That's what confused me. I also thought that the whole that net when they were all going into the Nether, it was going to be like it was going to be like a the season climax,
Hmm.
which I guess it was, but it only lasted
Nothing
like
really
two episodes.
happened.
They only like Maki like oh my gosh, the world is going to explode and the second great cataclysm is going to happen. Nope, because Maki's
She
here and
saved
she
it.
can control the fire. And then it's also kind of like, you just saved the world. Oh my god. Nobody's like that.
No
They're
one
just like, nice
cares.
job, Maki.
the the
Good job. Way to
the
do it.
climax, at least hype wise for me, was the Juggernaut fight. But that was the
The
first
Juggernaut
thing that
fight.
happened. That's the only one that
Exactly.
felt like it had any stakes. Because here's the thing, I knew that obviously Maki was gonna stop it. There was
Yeah,
no way that everyone was just gonna die right there.
exactly.
And then the other, because like there was only like three things that happened. That one, Juggernaut's fight, and then Shinra, Arthur, and Giovanni. And
Yeah,
all Giovanni does is like lore dump, and then
yeah.
Arthur like cuts him in half, but then he runs away.
He's, he's alive still.
So nothing happened basically. It was
Nothing
just
happened when they went to the Nether.
Juggernaut had the best fight, and that was it. So
Sure enough. Like, yeah. He's a really big Juggernaut fan. I
he
like
is.
Juggernaut a
He's
lot.
in my top three. I think two of our
I,
top three is the same, and then I have Juggernaut.
yeah, two of our top three.
I have Joker and Benny in my
Joker's not
top.
in my top
Oh,
three.
I swear it was when
It's
you sent me that list.
It's Benny Vic Vulcan.
Really? I swear Joker was in there.
It might actually.
When you sent
I
it to
think
me,
I
it may
did
have.
switch.
It could have
I
changed.
did. I think I did switch Vulcan and Joker out because Joker didn't do anything until that fight, and then I thought Joker was really good in that fight. So it might have been. Yeah, I guess it's probably
I mean,
it could be switched
yeah.
out.
I just Vulcan, like, the show
There,
doesn't care about him, so why should I care
yeah,
about
I
him?
like him, but it's also because I'm a big like mechanics guy. I'm not good at it, but
It's just
my grandpa
interesting.
was a mechanic. I'm a big car guy,
Mm.
and so I can understand some of the stuff. And so there's a mechanic in the show. I automatically like him
Yeah, the
a
stuff he
lot.
does is cool, but it's
Yeah, exactly. He makes some really cool stuff. He made that one thing that could like stop the electric girl by having Arthur put
yeah,
Excalibur in the thing. That was cool. He made the things for Flutter and the other one,
yeah. The like the
Maki.
yeah. I mean, I don't remember. It's got a
Yeah,
name, but I don't remember what it is.
yeah. I don't remember either.
Um,
Uh, I also kind of liked how he didn't join any of the companies and he kind of like established a family and stuff.
mhm.
It's I think he's I think it was really interesting little mini. I guess it was an interesting arc. I liked that arc
With when
where
they were at
he
the
got
junkyard.
introduced. Yeah, in the
Yeah, that's a good
junkyard.
one.
Uh-huh. That one, the first the Nether part in the season one, and then the whole arc with where we meet all of Company 7. I really like those. Were probably my top three.
Yeah,
And then I
it's
also liked the Benny and Joker fight with everybody.
yeah, that one
Uh,
was good. I wish there was more though.
yeah, me too.
But yeah, I think like Benny's got to be important because like I've seen like some.
He's
I saw the manga cover. Um,
the final of this
yeah,
final.
where he's like a demon.
Yes,
Um,
I know. So I warned him. I watched all of them
I
and I
mean
was
I
like,
don't
oh my
care.
god, Shinra's a demon now. And so I warned him. I was like, okay, all of the manga covers are not spoilers except the last one. So don't look at the manga covers.
I don't. It's fine. I actually think I may have gotten spoiled kind of on something else because I saw like one of like the verse power rankings on TikTok,
Mm.
and one of them was like it's not like the concept of this character we already know about,
Use me.
but the character itself has not been introduced. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Do you remember like the doppelganger stuff that they were talking about? That how Conroe lost his, or he got sick from it, and that's how he got his scar.
No.
It's in like sorry, in the second last episode of season 2, Shinra like goes to Conroe, and he's like, they talk about the fire that him and Benny fought at.
Who is Kagura?
The lieutenant from the 7th,
Okay.
and
That's what I thought. I was just,
yeah.
I needed to make sure.
Yeah, and so they're like he fought. The reason he got his like condition is because he fought the demon, one of the demons at that fire, and it mimicked his every movement. It was basically him, but as a
Oh,
demon.
yeah.
So this
Oh.
character in the power rankings is someone else's doppelganger. Because the character's
So,
name showed up twice, and I was like, why are they here twice? And I was like, okay, that's probably it.
yeah, also, maybe that's the Shinra
It could be, yeah.
on the final manga is Shinra's doppelganger.
It wasn't him. That wasn't Shinra, but it could be that.
I assumed it wasn't Shinra.
Yeah.
I assumed it was like I don't know. Benny's also like very important. I'm assuming it's Benny's or someone very as powerful as Benny. Maybe Burns. You're smiling like that. It's definitely Benny. Because Benny's like the most powerful. They talk about it. Benny's the most powerful Fire Force
Yeah.
person, and he's a second and third gen. He's like the
So he's just broken.
yeah. He's really good.
But yeah, I think you were telling me about how you think Conroe is the guy with the other burst, which I buy into. Although,
Yeah.
like, I don't like because I didn't see it at first, but the last 2 episodes definitely like strengthen that case. But they also talk about how because he can do Adola links, but they said it's because he went to Adola when he fought the demon.
Oh,
And like the doctor captain who only shows up in the final episodes of the season.
Company 6.
Yeah, she's like, I don't really sense any crazy fire in you, but I don't really know. Because she like looks at her scar from when she healed Sheena and she's like, maybe. And then she leaves. So he might be. I totally think though that one of the two, 7 or 8, is going to be someone who we already know. Who gets it.
Yes, sir.
And then 8
I would.
is gonna
I
be
think
someone
so.
new.
I think so too. I don't know who it could be. I think Conrad's the only one that I'm thinking of.
I think he's
That
probably the
could
best one to do it.
Yeah, him or like the only other one I could possibly see having it is Arthur or Tamaki.
I don't
But-
think Tamaki.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's more of Tamaki because Arthur's gone through all this training with Shinra, and if his Adola burst hasn't like
Yeah.
become present yet, I don't know what it's gonna take for it to become present. Whereas Tamaki just kind of went through one training thing, and she's like not good at fighting at all. She's just fire resistant.
Now,
Um,
do they have to be a third
Yeah.
gen, or could it be second too?
no, I think it could also. I don't know.
Because I think
I don't know.
I think the lieutenant could maybe be an interesting one too, for the 8.
The lieutenant, the eighth lieutenant.
I think
yeah, 'cause
I think either of the lieutenants for the 7th or 8th are too interesting because he's kind of a nothing
Well,
character.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think they're gonna make the lieutenant the 7th or 8th. That's kind of stupid. Like he's done nothing so far except fight Archer,
But that might
and he
be
didn't even beat Archer. Arthur helped him beat Archer.
But that might be something to make him more interesting though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
That's what they did. They did that in AOT with what's her face, Astoria. She's like a background character until she just becomes incredibly plot relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, solid show. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I probably won't read it, even though the stupid like or like almost a year break in between season 3 is gonna be weird. But
Yeah, it's really dumb. It's gonna be the final season though, so and it's like it's coming before we graduate,
oh
so
shit, wait, what time is it?
it is 10:14.
JJK 266 leaked 14 minutes ago, so it came out at 10 p.m.
Yes,
So people on
yes,
Twitter are
so.
probably translating. I want to stay off Twitter because now I was thinking about this while I was driving today. I was like, I don't know what happens next. It's so
Yes,
interesting
so.
because I've read 3 manga: JJK, My Hero, and Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer and My Hero are done, so like it's like okay, I have know everything. JJK, I am as far as you can get, so it's relieving, but now I have to avoid spoilers because they're gonna be everywhere. I'm on JJK Twitter. I'm gonna open my phone after we're done. And it's gonna be Sukuna like impaled Toto and he's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, Toto's dead, and I would be very upset. I love Toto.
He finally
Toto's my
showed up.
third favorite character. He did. So yeah, he went to my house a couple weeks ago because he
Yeah.
just came back from vacation, and I picked up a package for him. And he was like, "Toto hasn't shown up in the manga," and I'm like, "Oh, that blows." And he said he was like finished with the manga, and I was like, "Oh, that kind of sucks." Then he went home, and the next day
I like read.
he's like, "Hey, Toto showed up in the manga," and I was like, well, "I thought you were
I had
finished."
like
And he was
10
like, "I was
chapters
basically finished."
left
Like,
in
10
between,
chapters
and he
left.
showed up at those
Why
10
did you
chapters.
tell me you were finished then?
I was like, I'm basically done. That's probably what I said. I was like, because I didn't think much could happen in 10 chapters.
I
A
guess
lot
not.
happened in those 10 chapters.
A lot happened in those 10 chapters.
Because last week's, or not last week, because last week was a break week. The week before that it was all dialogue, basically. Interesting dialogue, but it was all dialogue. Between two characters. And this week should be the fight between those two characters. So I'm excited. And it should be a pretty cool fight. But yeah, right now, top 3, JJK. Fuck, I don't know. Hikari's up there. Yuji probably.
Itadori, really?
He's locked in.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know, man. At the moment, Yuji's like the only relevant character. Yuji and Sukuna are the only two relevant characters.
Yuta's fallen, right? Yuta was really good in whatchamacallit, Cullen games, and then he fell.
He did a thing that I can't say because it is a it's probably the biggest spoiler I could spoil.
Yes, so.
And
He died.
he did some things that like were
He
really
killed
hype.
Sukuna.
It was like really hype in the moment, but now it's like, you know, it'll only get animated in 2028. So,
Only.
because what's gonna happen is season 3 is gonna be,
God.
Itadori Extermination, Perfect Preparation, and Culling Games
Okay.
in season 3, and then there's probably gonna be a Gojo versus Sukuna movie because that they could make that an hour and a half, and then
Yeah.
you have the current arc, which happens after Gojo versus Sukuna. So because I already can picture the final frame of season 3 is going to be it's gonna be the end of whatever chapter the Culling Games is, and it's Gojo and Sukuna looking at each other,
Staring down.
and
Staring
Gojo
down.
says his famous line, "Nah, I'd win," and it has the panel. Because that's when the panel's from. Is they take a month break after the Culling Games, then they come back on December 24th, and then Sukuna asks Gojo something. Gojo says, "Nah, I'd win," and that's how it's gonna end. I'm confident because, yeah, they wouldn't put the fight in Culling Games. I don't think that'd be too long.
Yeah.
Because I think Culling Games might be longer than Shibuya.
God.
And there's more to cover in season 3. There's 3 arcs to cover in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because they officially announced Culling Games
So
But
season 3 is probably gonna be longer because Hidden Inventory was pretty short.
yeah, it was only like 5 episodes or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Culling Games. There's 3 arcs that because Culling Games is the last of those 3 arcs, and if they announce Culling Games, the other 2 have to be, and those got to take at least like 6 or 7 episodes. I feel like. I mean,
JJK is getting a lot more extreme than I thought it would be.
I'm just trying to go through all the things that happen. I mean, this part, Yuta Yuji fight. That's how the season's gonna open.
I know that part. I know
Um,
there's a big fight with Yutsu, Yuji, and Fushiguro too.
that's the same fight. Wait,
Oh, it's the same one.
with
Yes, so.
Fushiguro? No, it's a different fight then.
No, but I guess not.
But yeah, so that's how the season opens, and that's probably gonna take at least 2 episodes, I would say. And then you have Perfect Preparation, which is like they go find Hikari.
Yeah,
Maki
I can't
does a
wait to
lot
meet
of
him.
stuff.
He's probably gonna be like my favorite character too.
He's gonna be comic relief probably, but I like him.
Exactly, which is my favorite
And I think he's
characters.
gay, but I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah, then Maki does her thing. She does something pretty massive. Um, and then there's one more part. Oh, yeah, they go find this guy and they talk to him and he lore dumps, which is probably gonna take an episode.
mm-hmm.
So, quite a few things that need to happen before the Culling Games even start, and then there's
And
like
then Culling
a
Games.
bunch of stuff in Culling Games too. So.
Which I mean, what characters are in Cullen Games that I know again?
The
Itadori,
main
Yuta,
Yuta, Itadori, Fushiguro,
Itadori. I
Panda.
know Panda's in it. Yeah.
Maki shows up. Kamo shows up.
Don't know that.
The guy with the bow and arrow from Kyoto.
Oh,
With
yeah.
like the pigtails.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Megumi's sister.
Sure.
Gojo and Sukuna,
I
obviously.
didn't know you had a sister. Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, Gojo and Sukuna,
I
obviously.
forgot
There.
Gojo and Sukuna, obviously there. Yeah. Well, I would assume if Itadori is there,
Yeah.
Sukuna's there.
Kenjaku, obviously.
Of course.
Chozo and Yuki.
Yes, so. Yuki's the
blonde girl.
Blonde girl, yeah.
I think that's it. There's not there's like some new characters, but only like a handful of them are allies. A lot of them are just fights. Because like the premise of the Culling Games is like some ancient sorcerer can like take over someone's body and they fight.
Sure.
So it's like a person who died 1,000 years ago. It's just there.
So it's just like Sukuna taking over Itadori.
Basically. So that's like Yuta faces this like flying lady who used to work for some clan thousands of years ago that Sukuna wiped out.
Sure.
And it's a hype fight because there's this other guy there too. But just only like 2 of the characters end up being important. One guy Itadori fights, and one guy Hikari fights.
Of course.
And that's where he hits the hype frame.
Oh, he hits the hype frame.
Kenji Hikari. That's incredible luck.
Incredible luck.
Then Big Daddy Raga shows up. Oh, Maharaga. He's there too.
Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, that's about it.
I'm assuming Fushiguro summoned him again. Or does he just appears?
Yeah, he gets summoned several times.
Why?
Fushiguro gets his ass kicked.
Fushiguro's just bad. He needs.
He's done jack shit in the current arc.
Yeah.
It's like Yuji's arc though, so that kind of makes sense. But alright.
I like Fushiguro too. I like him. He's cool.
He's nice. I know Jacob really likes him. He was like his favorite character. Pre-manga. I don't know what it is now.
Pre-manga.
But now Hikari and Yuji are the only 2 characters I really have any like huge affinity toward. I guess Sukuna. I like Sukuna. Sukuna like also
Sukuna.
kind of comedic relief sometimes.
Sukuna
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Good enough.
We even without we always got to find a way to talk about JJK. It just always happens.
Yeah, every single podcast episode we've talked about JJK
You
so
just
far.
gotta read it, Christ, man.
Don't know why. I think I do. I might actually. You know what? I might read it.
I'll give you my Shonen Jump account.
Sure.
It's an app on
I
my
might.
phone.
I might. Here's the thing. So the reason why I didn't read Demon Slayer, the viewers might know this. Viewers might not know this. The reason why I didn't read Demon Slayer was because I was hyped. I read like 2 chapters and then I stopped because I realized I know like who the first fight is against. I know it's Dauma versus Shinobu, Kano, and Inosuke.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was Shinobu and Dauma were fighting, and I was like, Inosuke's gonna hop in any minute, and he's gonna be like, it's a demon. I'm gonna kill him. And then he's gonna like go over and he's gonna like whoop Doma's ass. And I was like, my reaction to that is gonna be like if I'm watching it, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, Inosuke, there he is, he's back. But if I'm reading, I'm just gonna be like,
there he is.
That's what it's just gonna be like that. I'm not like I'm gonna see it because there's panels in front of it, so I'm gonna see it before it happens. I might like do a little chuckle, maybe like,
Yeah.
there it is.
What I do,
my reactions are gonna be so much better though. But I care a lot more about Demon Slayer than JJK, so I might just say fuck it and read it.
yeah, if I see a good panel, I just kind of sit there and stare at it for a little bit and like take it in. Like
I don't do that.
Maharaga's got some really good panels.
Of course.
And yeah, so I just like, but yeah, so what I did was I tried to find a way to like read JJK online, and all the sites were either incredibly sketchy or they were translated poorly. So that happened with Demon Slayer. I found a good site for Demon Slayer, but like,
Watch out, you hit your
yeah, I know. But like, there's like a fan. It's got to be a fan made one because one of like the translations, which it was the scene from season 4 where Sanemi pulls up on the mansion, well, like they all do. But Sanemi's talking, and he's like, "Fuck you, Muzan, you're a bitch," and that's what the panel said. And I'm like, Sanemi does not say that.
Sanemi does not.
So
say that.
I had to look for a different one.
He would say that.
He would, but he didn't.
He didn't.
And I'm also, it's like $3 a month, but
No.
but also then I could see the new the chapters immediately, like once they drop. So
Yeah.
and I would like to read other stuff. It's fun. It's better for the brain. It fixes my attention span.
Yeah.
So I've liked reading. I just haven't done it in a while.
I went back and the other day and I read what I have written of Phantom Affiliates, and it was, I'm kind of getting back into the Phantom Affiliates mood. I kind of want to keep writing that.
Sure.
It's good, but once I get to a certain point, I'm gonna have to like really double down on something, and I'm just not ready to write that.
Yeah.
So what is it?
I'm assuming it's the backstory, right?
Yeah, it's Roar's backstory, and I'm like, it's gonna take a turn, and then Roar's gonna kind of go crazy and like do some things, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's gonna be like as crazy as the Maharaga Sukuna fight in JJK season 2.
You can see it, Maharaga. You can see my curse technique. Yeah, it shot up the ranks from that.
That's good. He used to be a JJK hater, and now he's
did.
not.
I just wasn't as high. I was really here. I never like publicly stated this opinion. I don't think is JJK and Demon Slayer get some of the exact same criticisms. They have a basic story but they have really good fights and animation.
What's the issue with that?
The issue with that is fine. I don't care. The problem is I really like Demon Slayer, and I was not that high on JJK.
Exactly.
So for me, like, it was just like if I ever brought that up, people would be like, "Why do you like Demon Slayer so much then?" if it's the same. Like if they have the same problems, what's so much better than that? I don't know. I just really like the characters a lot more in Demon Slayer.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that. I think the characters in Demon Slayer are so much better. It's got my top two favorite characters in anime, Inosuke and Uzui. Well, at least
Those
I
are
think
one
they
and
are.
two. Uzui's at the top two.
I think so.
He's very
I
cool.
think so.
Him and Sukuna share a voice actor.
Yeah.
Ray Chase.
Wait, him and Sukuna? Or him and Gojo?
Sukuna.
I thought it was him and Gojo.
Sanemi and Gojo have the same voice actor.
That's your English voice actors, right?
Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
But like I've heard
I get
Sanemi's
that.
English voice twice. Like I've heard him more in Japanese because he was only in season 4 and that
Exactly.
wasn't dubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just like the
We
character.
will. I'm gonna rewatch Demon Slayer before the movies come out.
I might rewatch season. I want to watch the Uzui episode in the dub.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna skip season 1. I don't want to watch season 1 again. It's very slow, in my opinion. It's not good. I'll watch Mugen Train. I'll watch Entertainment District. I might skip season 3 too, because what happened is in season 2, I kind of just like. This happened for a lot of the animes too. Anime that I've watched too. I kind of just wanted to speed through it and get it done.
I watched like.
But
all
then
of
once I got to a
season 2
certain-
with you, I think.
What?
I like watched a bunch of season 2 with you. I remember.
Did you?
Because I remember watching the Tengen Kyutaro fight with you.
Guess so.
I was sick as hell.
That's actually true. Well, that's because I started paying attention towards the end, probably because we were on a call. I don't remember like the first
Like half.
2/3 of
Yeah.
Entertainment District, like pretty much at all.
Mm.
So it's like I didn't remember Tengen's backstory. He had to inform me of that, and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, because I saw like.
And I was like, I don't know how I didn't remember that.
After finishing, I saw like it was like a ranking of the hottest or saddest backstories, and like Mitsuri's was obviously the lowest, but Obanai's is fucked up, and that's the worst. But yeah, Uzui's is compared to some others, it's like he killed his siblings, but other than that, he just had hard training. And that's
Yeah,
yeah, I like. I
he's
just
got
like the
3
character.
wives to make up for. He's got 3 wives to comfort him.
He did, and he is, and I told them this, that, like, apparently, if you get the mark, you die around 25, or you die before 25, which is a ridiculous rule that I can't believe is real. I don't know if that's like canon because there are some characters who survive with the mark, and I can't picture them dying so young because that would suck. That would be awful if that happened. But it also means Uzui lived a full life, or forever what a full lifespan is, because he never got the mark. So
Spoilers, come on.
you knew he didn't.
Yeah, but maybe he was hanging out with Rengoku's dad and he was fighting demons and he got the mark
He
there.
just sits there.
Yes, so.
He just sits. He's like,
I bet Rengoku comes back. He's not dead.
let's change conversation topics, shall we?
Does he actually?
Let's switch tracks. So we were talking about how reading has fixed my attention span because of the length of TikToks and stuff like that, and mess things up. I will say I was originally we'll switch to ReZero now. I was originally hesitant about the longer episode lengths. I think they're
1 second. What 1 second. What time are we at?
We're at 34 minutes.
34. I assumed we were.
We're having like a solid
almost
conversation though, so we can go a little longer if you want.
done. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was hesitant about the longer episode lengths, but I actually think they're perfect. And I understand like some of them are supposed to be 2 episodes in one,
Yeah.
but or like the whole thing is like it's just 2 episodes essentially in one episode. But I think it works fantastic. I think the episode with the second episode, which I guess is episode 3 and 4, because I think the first episode is just one episode.
Yeah.
But then the second episode is 2 and 3, and it really worked out well because the first part was them setting up for the fight with what's her face, And then also, yeah, and then the second episode was just what's the third? Whatever. It was just the fight, which I thought was good. So I don't know. I told him this. Been hooked.
You haven't watched 3 yet, right?
I'm like halfway through. I think I've seen like the first half of 3.
Yeah, so.
So he has his job. He just got hired, and he was doing chores and stuff. But yeah, I'm intrigued. Like I'm interested. I don't think I've been like this invested early on since Attack on Titan, to be honest.
He's really invested because me and Jacob have said such good things about ReZero. Both me and him really like ReZero a lot. It's in my top 3 because my top 3 is AOT, Spy Family, ReZero. And I think if season 3 it was as good as season 1 and 2, ReZero is going to take the number 1 spot because it and Spy Family are very close together. I like Spy Family just because I'm a big spy movie guy. I really like spy stuff, which is kind of ludicrous that I haven't watched the Mission Impossible movies yet. I really need to do that. So I really like Spy Family because I really like spy stuff, and it also takes place in the 60s, which I like older movies too. And I really like the ship between Yor and Lloyd a lot. I really like that a lot. Yeah, it's probably my favorite ship ever. Fictional ship ever.
It's top 3 behind Frankie and Robin.
Guess so.
I was thinking it was. There you go. Because mine's like kind of a conversation switch.
I was gonna switch the conversation anyway. I was just gonna say, but yeah, ReZero is really close just because it's really good, and I think it's gonna pass up Spy Family definitely once season 3 comes out, and it might pass AOT.
I was thinking about this today. When Spy Family comes back and it's weekly, I don't know if I'm gonna like it as much. I think it really benefits from being able to binge it, because some of the episodes are just like a sitcom. It's just like, I don't want to say filler because it's like a lot of the show. It's just the family hanging out, but
exactly.
Like, I would be pissed if it was like a break week and then it comes back and it was like the episode where what's her face, like they talk about like the dating show and then they get like that special like muffin or whatever. I don't remember what it was from that cafeteria. If those were the 2 episodes, I don't know how happy I would be. Especially because a lot of my problems with Spy Family, from having binged both of the seasons, are that the plot really is not progressed forward at all.
That's another problem I have, and that's why I'm making a Spy Family reboot because I want to, and I think, yeah, the plot progresses decently. It really starts hitting progression-wise once it gets to season 3. Season 3 starts off with a big... Because there's 4 seasons in the Spy Family reboot that I'm making. Mm-hmm. Season 1 is basically character introduction, stuff like that. It's kind of all... and it's like the family getting to know each other and everything like that. And their friends, the friends and family getting to know each other and stuff. Mm. Season 2 has a bit of progression. There's one thing that happened. There's 2 big things that happen in season 2. But then there's not that much. And then season 3, huge thing happens. And then it's like a little bit of filler. It's a big, so there's big thing, half of an arc, which is big thing happens.
Yeah.
Then it's a Yor arc, an arc that's all about Yor and her stuff, and her realizing she wants to stay with the family and not continue her assassin's job. And then it's the other half of big thing arc.
Yeah.
So it's kind of because there's a time skip between the 2 of them. So Yor arc is in between that, and then. That's the first half of season 3. The second half of season 3 is basically all one arc with Darren and Lloyd. So, yeah. And then season 4, we have the big reveal. The big reveal. And then we have a little mini arc. and then we have Final Fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's that.
There you go.
No, that's season 3 and season 4. Season 3 to season 4 jam packed. There's basically no filler at all. The little mini arc is more fan service wise because it's right after the big reveal. So it's like all the characters fighting side by side. So we can just get one where everybody's cooking.
Yeah.
That's why I did that. That's more of a little fan service arc right there. Yeah, I think mine's pretty well paced.
Yeah, but Spy Family is good at building up these big moments that you think are really cool, which then they are, but they really have no plot relevance. Like the whole stuff with the boat in season 2, when they're on the boat in that fight, that's all cool, but it does not progress anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a side mission basically. It's fun. I liked it. It probably made Yor my favorite character. I think she's probably my favorite in the show, but I just like it doesn't. She doesn't make a decision. She doesn't like step down after. She's not like nothing happens because of it.
Exactly. She's not like I want to give up my assassin's life and stay with the family now because they give me motivation to do stuff or something like that.
I just need some more.
Exactly. And that's why I'm very excited about the movie because, first of all, I know there's 2 big Lloyd and Yor scenes, which I'm very excited for. Also, Bond's apparently very funny, and he's very relevant in the movie, which is wonderful. But also, it's going to be like... Obviously, they have to make a climax for the movie, and there has to be something that comes from the movie. And the movie's not canon as well, so that gives me a lot of excitement. So that's why I'm excited about the movie. I think it's going to be... It's like, what is it? Like 2 hours? 2.5?
Probably. It's probably not 2.5 hours.
2 hours, probably. So, there's going to be quick progression. I'm excited for it. I'm waiting for it to be dubbed because I really like the Spy Family dub. So, yeah.
It's nice that it's not canon so that they could do stuff, but I also don't like non-canon stuff where then they do stuff that you've wanted. Like, I don't know, the only example I can think of right now is, did you ever watch Wizards of Waverly Place?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. So
basically it's like this family of wizards they're like teenagers on Disney Channel, and the whole show is building. So there's 3 kids, Alex, Justin, I think his name is, I don't remember. Justin and Max, they're siblings, and Alex, who's Selena Gomez, is she's like uses magic for like minor inconveniences or whatever, and Justin uses it for like actual stuff. He's like the smart guy, and Max is just an idiot. But they all have magic, and the whole point is like the end of the show. It's building to this wizard games, where so these 3 are going to compete to become the family wizard, and only one of them gets to keep their magic. And there was a movie about halfway through the show's run time. So there's 4 seasons. There was a movie in between seasons 2 and 3. And I think they only did it because the first 2 seasons weren't in HD, but the movie was, so they wanted to show off that it was in HD. And then they have the wizard games as the climax of the movie. Or like the family wizard battle. But it's not canon. It didn't matter. So I'm like, okay. And it's like an okay movie. But like the plot's kind of stupid. Basically, it's like they use magic the wrong way and their parents forget who each other are, and the kids like cease to exist, so they have to do the wizard games to become the family wizard to fix everything. And it's just like it's a good show though.
I bet.
But yeah, so just I want more from Spy Family.
Yeah, Spy Family gotta progress the plot eventually. I mean, they better. I don't want them to drag it on for 9 seasons and then finally it's like, hey.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of how I felt.
Lloyd's walking through the mall. He casually sees what's his face over there, Donovan Desmond. They go on a little dad talk, and he learns everything, and then he's like, all right.
No more plot.
Kills Desmond. There we go. Yeah. End of the show.
I guess my gripes with Spy Family are also my gripes with Fire Force Season 2.
Yeah, I mean, kind of makes sense.
We got some stuff, but there's more development, but There was no character development, I would say, in Fire Force Season 2, though.
Nope.
I can't think of one.
Nope.
Sheener stayed the same.
No, the weird guy. You know who I'm talking about? He gets more. He like stops his sexual preferences and stuff. So he
Shut
gets
up.
stronger.
Shut up.
And then his character development.
Juggernaut had the most character development this season.
That's
Which is
true.
good. I like Juggernaut.
Yeah, I
But
like Juggernaut too.
when your side character gets more development than literally any other character by miles,
Yeah.
I don't know. And also,
Yeah,
what's,
definition.
what's the deal with the moon? Why is it
I
smiling?
don't know.
Why is it smiling at me?
Yeah, I don't know. This isn't Majora's Mask.
Yeah, and the kid looks like Hinata.
It does look like Hinata. Very much so. If only Hinata had an arm that powerful.
I mean, he kind of does.
Eh.
He's a pretty decent spiker.
He's just pretty fast.
You never saw the movie. I ask you this every single time.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. We got to see the movie.
The
Like now, Oikawa's got an arm even more powerful than Hinata looking kid.
Oikawa wasn't in the movie. I was disappointed.
That's
not that I remember. Not that I remember.
You see that moon up there? It's Oikawa's volleyball.
Yeah. They had the red-haired guy, but not Ushijima. Which I was mad about.
They had him,
The
but
red-haired
not
guy showed up. Yeah, they were like,
okay.
watching.
First of all, I thought they called him Ushiwaka.
They do. They call him like 8 different names.
Why? That's same with Benny. His name is Benny Maru. I think his name is Benny Maru Waka. But and what's his face calls him Benny sometimes, and he calls him Waka sometimes, and so I always get confused about that.
Yeah.
But they the red haired blocker in there from Shiro Torizawa, but they didn't have Ushiwaka.
Yeah, they were watching the game on the like I don't know, their iPad or whatever. Also, it's weird. The movie is essentially from like what's the name of the other team? Nekoma. It's essentially from Nekoma's perspective at some points, which is interesting. Like,
yes, yeah.
Kenma's like, it opens with Kenma from his POV and stuff like that. And also the final point is it's kind of underwhelming. It's rough.
Yeah.
But they may play Bokuto in the next movie.
That'd be great.
Well, here's the thing.
That would be awesome.
I think they're going to lose because there's only one more movie. And that's going to be the end. I know for a fact there's a time skip. So we got to see that. And they're only in the final, 8.
Wait a minute. Okay. There's one more movie, but there's no more show?
No.
It's just one more movie?
This movie.
Okay.
So we have to show the time skip, I'm pretty sure. And I think they're only in the final 8.
That's also really weird because I feel like there's so many. Like they would face the
white-haired kid, right?
The white-haired kid. There's the jackass that Kageyama doesn't like very much, and then there's Bokuto. So it's like,
if I had to guess, I bet they're gonna. I know because I think. All right, well, I think that they beat Nekoma.
I would assume so.
I believe, if I remember correctly, they're slated to fight whatever. They're slated to play the white-haired kid. I think they're gonna lose to him. Then. I'm just judging solely off runtime. This isn't gonna be a 5-hour movie.
Yeah.
But that means they never play Bokuto.
That's true.
And he's been here since season 2. If anyone should beat them, I feel like it's gotta be him.
What, Bokuto or the white-haired kid?
Bokuto.
Yeah.
Because
Bokuto,
or just at least have them play him.
Exactly. And Bokuto's also, he's voiced by the best voice actor ever.
Ian Sinclair's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one thing we agree on, and I'm happy about that.
If we're talking so yeah, I don't Victor. I could, if you didn't tell me, I could have thought that was not Ian Sinclair.
Really?
Mm.
Immediately, I recognized his voice,
I bet
and
I could
once
like
I
feel like okay, I know who this is. I've heard this guy, but I don't think I would figure it out.
I thought it was very obvious. I thought it was just his normal voice.
Nah, I think from what I've heard of Kaguya-sama, it's him, and then Brooke is very so. But yeah, the store owner from ReZero, I'm like that's Frankie. Immediately, I'm like yeah, that's Frankie.
I recognized him, but I didn't. But I think you told me he was Endeavor. I didn't realize it
I looked
until.
that up. I didn't know that
Yeah, well, I guess so.
because like,
You
well,
might.
I don't know if you've heard Frankie talk.
I haven't.
Frankie
Excuse
and the
me.
store owner have very similar voices.
Okay.
And Endeavor just doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of right.
He's got a much
I also
calmer
want to say,
voice.
yeah, yeah. I want to say I love guessing voice actors, which is why I don't look them up all the time. I love guessing them. Ian Sinclair, I didn't figure out Vic was Ian Sinclair, but it was like killing me. I was like, this guy, I've heard this guy a million times, and I can't figure out who he played. So I looked it up there, and I saw Bokuto's face, and I was like, God damn it, it's Bokuto. It's fucking
I
Bokuto.
didn't know
And
it
then
was
I looked it
Bokuto
up
until you told
more,
me.
and then I looked it up more, and I noticed, hey, oh, Ian Sinclair, yeah, I've heard Matt talk about him before. And I was like, I put it together, and I was like, oh, he's Brook from One Piece, yeah, this is the guy. And then I was like, wait a minute, he's Brook from One Piece. That also means he's the Kaguya-sama narrator,
Mm-hmm.
because we were talking about that before. Um, and so that's how I kind of put the pieces together. That's the best voice actor I've ever figured out. Second is Auto, that's so his name is spelled Auto, right? Which is why, but they pronounce it Auto, which is why I thought it was Auto, which I thought
I
it
want
was.
to continue this conversation about spelling, but you keep talking.
Okay. He has the same voice actor as Tanjiro. Like I spent 7 episodes trying to figure that out, and he said, This is what it was." I remember when I figured it out too. He said, He said, "Mr. Natsuki." That's how I figured it out because he's called Mr. Rengoku, Mr. Uzui. He
Yeah.
calls all of the Hashira Mr. That's how I figured it out. I was like, God, it's Tanjiro. That's who it is. That was the second. Ian Sinclair
Those are the
beat that
top
one.
two.
Though. Those are the top two.
I want to keep talking about voice actors, but I want to bring this up real quick. We were driving yesterday, and you were telling me that Super's name is spelled with only U's for the vowels.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that. Like I swear I've seen it like that, but everyone emphasizes the A when they say his name. They're always like Subaru. So like I don't doubt you because I've seen it spelled with just the U's, and I think that's right. But everyone is like saying bar.
That's why I thought it was Subaru at first. That's why I thought it was. That's why I thought there was an A there.
I'm
I
convinced.
saw
It's
it
got
spelled Subaru a bunch of times, and I was like, really? Well, that kind of. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I thought it was Subaru too, but guess not.
Yeah, voice actors are fun, and you just don't get that with the sub though.
Exactly.
But
I can't recognize.
I will say though, I bet the season finale of Demon Slayer is just infinitely worse in dub. I can't picture the scene at the end when Tanjiro's falling in the castle and Muzan says his name, and then Tanjiro shouts Muzan's name. He goes Kamado Tanjiro. I bet that's not gonna sound nearly as good.
Yeah, but I also Kibutsuji Mutsan sounds so much worse than Mutsan Kibutsuji.
I don't care. It just annoys me how it's said Kibutsuji Muzan and the captions will say Muzan Kibutsuji. But yeah, no, you just don't get that. And also I feel like Ian Sinclair being Brooke's voice actor is definitely attributed to my fondness for Brooke. My top 3 Straw Hats can change at the drop of a hat. It's Robin, Frankie, or Brooke, the most recent 3 Straw Hats. Well, from where I'm at.
You haven't got to the other guy yet?
I've met Jinbei. You meet Jinbei in like 430.
Oh yeah, you said
But
that.
he
You said
doesn't
that. He
join
doesn't join
until
until
like
800
9
or something.
something. Yeah, he doesn't join
Yeah.
until a lot later. But he's cool. I do really like him, and I expected to like him. He's a very like stoic guy. So, and I like him. But my Straw Hat ranking right now, I guess, yeah, we'll drop Straw Hat. This will be a short. I'll make it a short, maybe. I don't know. Here's my ranking of the 9 Straw Hats. We're not going to include Jinbei. From One Piece. So at the bottom, as of right now, is Sanji.
The camera's shaking. The camera's shaking. Okay, now it's fine.
As of right, oh, because I hit my desk. Um,
Yeah.
as of right now, Sanji is the worst Straw Hat. They ruined him. It is ridiculous how bad he is. I'm on Fishman Island, for those who are curious. And the plot line of him needing a blood transfusion because he lost so much blood from seeing girls is ridiculous. That's a
That's
real
so
plot
stupid.
line. It's
That's
real.
terrible.
Chopper tells Sanji, he's like, you can't do this. You will die. And they need to give him blood. Like, the whole first part of the season, or the arc, is them finding him a doctor. And he was so cool. Sanji, Water 7 Sanji was something else, man, let me tell you. A generational run from Baratier to, like, he started getting better on Thriller Bark. But, like, before then, Sanji was cooking. The trio of Frankie, Sanji, and Sniper King on the Sea Train, absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema.
Number 8, I'll probably have to go Nami. She just hasn't done anything in a while.
I'm assuming you're going to edit this down.
Yeah, I just don't care about her that much, to be honest. She just hasn't done much. 7, I'll put the Chop.
The chop. The chopster.
The Chopmeister. He's alright. I mean, like, he's kind of funny sometimes, but he's never the main character of any plots ever since his introduction. So I expect that. But all right, number 6, we'll put Usopp. He's cool. He's not. I don't like him as much as I used to. He's actually been a lot better post time skip so far. I've liked him a lot in Fishman Island. So that's pretty hype. I don't know why they keep making him whiter. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be, like, he started off being black and now he's like the palest one in the crew. So that's kind of strange. 5, we'll put Zoro. He's
Really?
I mean, he's like
Zoro below Luffy?
Yeah, I mean, it's Luffy. I love Luffy. Zoro is like, he's the basic answer, I feel like. Like, I don't know how you couldn't like Zoro. He's cool. He's kind of a one-note character. But I like him. Yeah, I saw my internet just dropped there.
Yeah, I heard very much all of that.
These people heard me. Number 4, we'll go Luffy, the captain. He's pretty hype. I mean, nothing like, I just can't describe. Like, it's just, like, he's so likable.
He's just Luffy.
Yeah, that's the best way to say. Then, like I said, 1, 2, and 3 can switch. So we'll just go in order of their introduction. So Robin, she's like the most grounded one of the crew. She's like the straight man to everyone else's craziness. So that's interesting. And it's like, once the time skip started, I actually don't like her as much in the time skip. But she's got pretty, like, a dark sense of humor, which is also, like, kind of funny sometimes. I know it's weird. She's characterized very differently depending on the arc, but I like her. And she's part of my favorite. She's like the main character in my favorite arc, so it's pretty cool. 2 is, I will say, Frankie. He's hype. I knew I was gonna like him from the start. He's hilarious. He's got his funny dance. He only drinks cola. I'm gonna call out Coke right here. Coke did a One Piece collab, and they're putting characters on the cans. Frankie didn't get one.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Why?
What the fuck,
It's
Coke?
like the whole thing. This is because of Frankie. Then Brooke. He's just a funny guy. He's supposed to be the comedic relief, but he's like kind of the most compelling member of the crew. He has the saddest backstory by far, in my opinion. He's just a funny guy. And he's a famous musician too. He was going on tour during the time skip while everyone else was training. He was just singing songs. So yeah, It's ranked in Straw Hat.
And he's voiced by Ian Sinclair.
He is, and that's definitely a bonus. And his laugh is just electric. Yo.
That's what it is?
I'll show you Brooke's laugh after this.
I don't know. The guy from... That's actually really interesting, because I'm going to kind of change topics here, because I'm assuming that's everything you wanted to say for the short. But that's actually really interesting, because the best laugh I've ever heard in anime... well, I'm assuming it will be Brooks once I watch One Piece.
Fantastic.
So that's the best laugh I've ever heard in anime is the main character in Skeleton Knight from Another World. It's the skeletons just have good laughs, I guess. But the thing with Skeleton Knight in Another World, he puts on a voice whenever he's talking to other people in the other world, which is really stupid because he tries to put on like a royal voice to seem more like a knight.
Yeah.
To hide his identity. So whenever he's talking to other people, he talks like this. And then he talks, and he just sounds like a normal guy when he's talking, like, in his mind. And so they put both of his laughs in the opening, which is very funny. Sure. They put his royal laugh when he saves a girl in the opening, and they put his royal laugh there, and then at the end they put his actual laugh, which is still, both laughs are very good.
One Piece has, like, you could tell a character just from their laugh in One Piece. That's how distinct they are. Like, I could do like Blackbeard's. I don't want to do Perona's, so I'm not gonna do that. You could do what's his name? Saul. He goes there, she. And so that's when Robin says to herself when she's sad. Yeah. Saul's like, he's probably like 50 feet tall, and he met Robin while she was 8, so they were just hanging out.
Sure.
It's just like, it's ridiculous the amount of effort they put into the One Piece laughs. Also, we are at an hour and 2 minutes.
All right, we can wrap it up then.
So,
thanks for watching, folks.
Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe to both of us and Jacob, even though he's not here. Links are in the description. Yeah. Subscribe to this channel and like this video. Check out the other videos, the other episodes, because I know you haven't seen them. So go see them. And the failed episode will be out in the coming days, sometime eventually. It'll be out. So, although the video is kind of screwed up, the audio is good, so make sure you at least listen to it. You'll still be able to listen to our fantastic commentary. Exactly. Yeah. Take it easy, fellas. Peace. Bye.